like a friend from back home.
This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.
PHLV Radio.
The Filipino American Cancer Care now brings you On the Air with FACC. Tributes and support to those impacted by cancer. On the Air with FACC. The Filipino American Cancer Care on PHLV Radio.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Magandang gabi sa ating mga kababayan dito sa Amerika. Good morning, Philippines. Magandang umaga, Pilipinas. My name is Josie Moralidad Zaiman from the Filipino American Cancer Care. We would like to welcome you all sa ating programang On the Air with FACC. We would like to thank our station manager in Las Vegas, Johan. Thank you so much for helping us every Friday. Now, I would like to introduce to you our co-host tonight, aside from our special guest co-host and special guest from the heart of Virginia. We would like to welcome Ed Logan. Hi, Ed.
Hey, Josie. It's been we have a full house tonight. I can't help the excitement, but I'm really excited to share the inspiring stories for our show, for our listener. So good evening and good morning po sa lahat sa Pilipinas.
Yes, and remember, September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And tomorrow is the anniversary of 911.
11.
Yes, 9. And tomorrow is the birthday also of our feature designer, Chona Bacauco. Happy birthday, Chona.
Happy birthday, Chona.
Yes. Now, I would like to introduce again, fresh na fresh, from the heart of Maryland, Emerich Richie Vicente. Hi, Emerich.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Hi, Ate Josie. Good evening to you, and good morning, Filipinas. I don't know about fresh na fresh. I just literally turned off my work computer and now I'm here. It's been a busy day, but I'm so glad it's Friday. And Kuya Ed, hello to you. I don't know where you at, if you're in the mountain, but I love the pictures that you're posting. I'm really excited to get to know some of our guests that you invited tonight.
Okay, now we would like to introduce our special guest co-host, our young ambassadors, okay? First, he is from Ashburn, Virginia. I'm a big fan of him. O, di ba? May idol ako, Emerich.
Yeah.
Okay? And
Nag-blush na si
yes,
Ed.
if ever he's going to join the Philippine show business, I'm going to be the president. And ikaw, Emerich, ikaw naman yung president sa female, di ba?
I'll be the
yeah.
manager.
He has a passion for theater and has starred in several theatrical productions in Northern Virginia for the past 5 years. We are so proud of him. He is a senior at Briarwood High School and is currently an active member and participant of the school's chorus and theater program. He is proud of his Filipino heritage and is very excited, of course, being part of this FACC's mission to help people with cancer. And syempre, wala siya dito kung wala yung kanyang mga parents, Eunice and June Bustamante. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lorenzo Enzo Bustamante.
Hi, hello everybody.
Hi, Idol.
Oh my God. Good evening and good morning to those in the Philippines. It is an honor to be here on this radio show tonight. I hope we have a wonderful show, showing too. And I am truly blessed to be in the presence of two wonderful guests with us who have truly inspired people within their family, within their community. It's just a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, di ba, Emerich? Sarap
Oh my
kurutin ni Enzo.
goodness. Oh my,
Okay, now Emerich, you have the floor to
oh my
introduce
gosh.
our special guest co-host, our young ambassador. I'm also a big fan, but you are going to be the
I am
president
the
of our
biggest
fans club.
fan. I am the
Oh,
biggest
yes.
fan.
And my
You know,
husband.
so the first time that I met her was on
Uh-huh.
your celebration of life
Yes, my
birthday event,
birthday celebration.
Wow.
and her voice is incredible.
Oh my gosh. I
A
love her voice.
superstar.
Yes.
It's really so.
And you know, Emerich, I really love her figure. Oh my gosh. We had a dinner.
So
You're
one
making
thing.
her
This
also
is
much.
so. This is our
Why you
introduction for
Yes.
this guest.
Voice
Because
and the
have you-
physical appearance and
do
everything.
you know that this young lady
What?
is a competitive weightlifter and
Ah.
power lifter?
Yeah.
I saw. Oh my
Emerich,
goodness!
this is how I lift things. 1, 2.
Anyways, let's just
Okay,
go ahead and
please.
introduce her formally. Oh, okay. So I did. She actually gave me this number. She's a 20-year-old from Ellicott City, Maryland, and is currently a junior nursing major at Stevenson University in Owings Mills. She began singing at the age 4 and taking piano lessons at the age of 5. And I don't know if you remember some of our listeners or audience there. During our caroling, she presented some of her while she was playing her piano and singing at the same time. It was beautiful.
Yes.
And has loved performing ever since. Throughout high school and college, she has starred in many choral and musical performances, sharing her love of music to as many as she can. Be sure to check her out and subscribe to her YouTube channel, Katrina Manabat, to hear her singing and piano covers and other musical performances throughout the year. So please welcome Katrina Manabat.
Hello, Katrina.
Katrina.
Hi, everyone. I'm so thankful to be here. Thank you so much, FACC, for inviting Enzo and I to help facilitate the conversation, to help interview these amazing people that we have, amazing guests that we have today. I'm so excited to be here.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you
welcome.
so much. Now, Ed,
Hey.
for the first question,
For
yeah.
for the first guest of our show.
Here I go
Katrina
again.
will introduce Vanessa.
Oh,
And,
Oh, all right.
Maddie. Yeah, Maddie first. Okay.
So I'm going to introduce one
The
of our
mother
special-
first and then the daughter. So
Absolutely. So Vanessa was born in Manila and raised in Isabela, Philippines. She grew up knowing Ilocano more than Tagalog. Vanessa is the youngest of 6 children.
wow.
Her and her family immigrated to the United States when she was 7 years old. They are still residing here in the DC, Maryland, Northern Virginia area, the DMV area today. Besides the busy schedule of chauffeuring. No, bululi, no?
The French.
Ayusin mo yan.
Her
Ayusin mo yan.
kids, Maddie and Nixon, who's 6 years old, to their taekwondo, dance, hockey activities. Vanessa works as a project manager for a government client. She enjoys watching documentaries, strength training. Wow, here's another strength training. Wineries and quiet naps. I love that. I'm with you, Vanessa.
Yes.
Vanessa and her family currently live here in Aldi, Virginia, and they are loving it very, very much. Now, with her is her daughter, Maddie.
So Katrina will introduce.
All right, Katrina, it's your turn.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for letting us be a part of this. We're truly grateful to have such a supportive community and even more so in the Filipino community. Hope everyone is doing well.
Welcome, Vanessa.
Okay. Thank you, Vanessa. Now, Katrina, would you like to introduce our special guest tonight?
Yes, absolutely. So, one of our guests is Maddie Kabatik, a young girl and kidney cancer survivor who, at 4 years old, was diagnosed with a malignant rhabdoid tumor of her right kidney in June of 2017. And she is joined here today with her beautiful mother, Vanessa. Hello. Although she was battling metastasized cancer during such an early part of her childhood, that did not stop her from having some sass beyond this world. She would insist on late night bike rides in the hospital halls, have dance parties in her room, and love displaying her arts and crafts on her hospital room walls. By April of 2018, Maddie had endured 10 rounds of chemotherapy and 13 radiation treatments to her pelvis, abdomen, and lungs. And she continues to endure to this day. Maddie is the definition of small but mighty. She remains with no evidence of disease 3.5 years after treatment, and you better believe that her sassiness remains out of this world to this day as well. She is now 8 years old and is enjoying her time back at school as a third grader. If you were able to purchase your tickets, get ready to see her walk the runway for the FACC Couture for Courage for a Cure charity gala, which will be held on Saturday, October 23rd, 2021 at 5 p.m. at the Westin Tysons Hotel in Falls Church, Virginia. Couture Courage for a Cure is a very special event for cancer beneficiaries featuring the creations and designs of international fashion designer Chona Bacalco of Milano, the brand from Milano, Italy. So thank you so much, Maddie and Miss Vanessa, for being here with us today. Welcome.
Welcome, Maddie.
Hi.
So I'll ask the first question, Josie. Maddie, what is your favorite Filipino food? Oh, don't be shy.
Sinigang.
Sinigang! Wow! See, all of our listener, sinigang is one of the most important dishes as well of the Filipino culture. So, Maddie, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. Maddie,
The more
before I
sour, the
ask
better.
a
Okay, Maddie?
question for you and your mom, what can you say about Kuya Enzo and Ate Katrina? You know that young man and that young girl? What can you say about them?
We just met them.
Yeah.
What do
You say
say?
that a handsome guy?
Hello.
Are we joining the fan club? I think so. Do you need a secretary, treasurer, historian for that fan club?
You have the president now. You need a vice president.
Yes.
Oh, I thought those spots were taken. I will take anything you give us.
Okay. Anyway, Enzo, do you have questions for Vanessa and Maddie?
I do. Katrina and I have both prepared a series of questions that we are to ask both Sean and Maddie on this wonderful evening. So, first, if you met somebody who was not Filipino and you had to give them one essential fact about Filipino culture, then what would you tell them?
Are you there, Maddie?
Lifeline. Mom is
If
the
we had
lifeline.
friends that were not
Maddie, do you
Filipino,
want me to give you something?
Filipino culture.
When I see you, I'm gonna give you. What do you like?
I like drawing.
Drawing.
What else?
What else?
I like kind of like painting.
Painting,
Oh,
drawing.
painting. Okay, I'll just buy a painting outside. Now, can you answer Kuya Enzo's question? What was the
would you
question
say
again?
about the Filipino culture?
What do you love about being Filipino?
Yes.
The sense of family and support, honestly. Besides the fact that we are always fed in the Filipino culture until our stomachs hurt and we're so full. But in any case, you eat because it's all out of love and support. And truly, we felt that during her treatment, it was just so much support, not just from family, but from even acquaintances and friends that then became family. So that would be the coolest thing about the Filipino community.
Mm-hmm. Now, Katrina,
Yes.
you have questions for Maddie and her mom?
Yeah. So I guess one question that I wanted to ask you two, as well as Sean and his mom, is what is one thing that made you guys smile today?
That's very nice. What makes you smile, Maddie?
What makes you happy?
I forgot what it was.
You don't know. Probably playing, going to school, eating snacks. Chocolate makes you happy.
Riding my new scooter.
Riding your scooter. Yeah. What else?
Drawing.
Drawing.
Oh, she loves to draw.
And going to school.
Very nice. Now, how did you detect her cancer? Are there warning signs?
At the time, I didn't think that they were warning signs, but now, of course, after the fact, sure, there's plenty of signs. So it all started because of consistent fevers that she had. It would go away after 24 to 48 hours, and then it would come back a day later. She had multiple follow-ups with her pediatrician. And then finally, I think after the fourth or fifth follow-up, they decided to draw blood. She was getting very pale, still running a fever, hadn't gone to school for about 2 weeks. All of her blood counts were very, very low. And almost immediately, they sent us to the ER to get an ultrasound. What they originally thought was, what do you call it? Built up, I want to say poop, for lack of a better word, that was in her abdomen, turned out to be that tumor after we went to the ER and did the ultrasound. So that is how we detected it.
Mm-hmm. Ed?
Vanessa, I know being momcology is a new terminology being used in our cancer community. What are the most challenging road when you experience this new role, being a mom of a cancer of your daughter? So what is the most challenging journey?
Sure. I think being a mom in general, for anybody, even for a healthy child, is extremely difficult. So even more so, right? Like you said, Ed, for a child that is now about to battle for their lives. I think for me, it was not having that control, not being able to plan and predict for your child, and to even think, is there going to be a childhood? I think that's the most difficult part. Not that you have to accept it, but the fact that you are now down to what kept me sane was, I take it one breath at a time. I take it 1 hour at a time. I take it one day at a time. And we don't go beyond that. Once the nighttime comes, she falls asleep on her hospital bed. I sleep at the foot of the bed. We wake up the next morning. She's breathing, I'm breathing. We're grateful. So we have just sort of learned to live our lives that way. And I think that's the most challenging part, is not really having any control and having to accept that you now live day to day.
Mm-hmm. Emma Rich?
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your emotions and your journey with us. And you, Maddie, great meeting you tonight. So Vanessa, what are the changes that you had to implement in the family, for Maddie, for everyone, I guess, in the family after this experience?
So at the time during treatment, so Maddie was 4, Nixon was 2. A lot of the changes had to be surrounding Nixon, right? Like, because Maddie was in the hospital very often, so we had to find somebody, and we're grateful that much of my family is around the area, so they were able to take care of Nixon for us while we would be in the hospital. So after this experience, I think lots has changed for us, and again, all surrounding being grateful for every breath that we take, being grateful that she is healthy, and even with the entire COVID pandemic, things going on, and children her age not being vaccinated, I think that in itself is a huge challenge, especially with her medical history. So I think yeah, for us, for sure, it's enjoying every single moment together, every moment that we're alive as a human, as a family, and for her especially, getting to live a childhood that is now considered quote unquote normal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now let's go back to Enzo.
Hmm.
Enzo, you have follow-up questions?
For mom, what are 3 words you would like to use to describe Maddie and her journey?
Maddie and her journey. Okay. So while she was going through treatment, we had a wonderful support system and we dubbed her as Wonder Maddie. We even made an entire logo for her, very similar to Wonder Woman, but it's got her initials MC. Fun fact about that, actually, we made stickers out of it, and every place that we visited, we've slapped a sticker on any sort of cool landmark, like in Hawaii, because your make-a-wish was to go to Aulani to meet who?
Wow.
Moana. So in Oahu, there is actually a Wonder Maddie sticker. So if anyone ever finds it, it is on a shrimp truck. and take a picture with it and send it to us. But I would say the 3 words would be wonder. I always say that she is a miracle for us, even before she was born. And then what's another word that we would say to describe you besides sassy?
Cute.
Cute. There you go.
You're indeed cute, Maddie.
I like it.
Okay, now Katrina.
So this one is also for mom. I am a nursing major, as Kuya Emmerich said. So I was just wondering how your experience was in the hospital. How were the nurses? How were the healthcare workers that you interacted with? Tell us a little about all that.
I'm very happy you asked that question. The Innova Fairfax Hospital, it was where my parents worked. It was where both my kids were born. I'm very biased. I love them so much. So it was no question that we would do her treatment there. They went above and beyond in regards to making sure that Maddie was always entertained, because hospital stays were not only long, but very difficult, right? Like she got a lot of pokes everywhere, blood transfusions, platelet transfusions, you name it, scans, everything. But the nursing staff, incredible human beings. I don't even know how these nurses were able to go to work, love these children as if they were their own, and just care for them and do it with a smile, knowing that, you know, they were battling for their lives. And the physicians, again, we were very fortunate in that I am one to have about a bazillion questions, and I am not a medical person, Katrina. So I am like, okay, you need to simplify it for me to regular Vanessa language so I can understand.
Yeah, exactly.
And I, for sure, Katrina, I know you're going to come across somebody just like me, and you will be well prepared, because sometimes it's like, okay, all of your medical terms, I need it in regular English people terms so I could understand it. So again, very fortunate that they did that for us, where I would always say, I'm sorry, what does that mean? And they would dumb it down to Vanessa language to 2 sentences, and I would go, okay, got it. That makes sense. So again, medical staff, incredible human beings all around, anywhere you are.
So Vanessa, can you still remember when Maddie was first diagnosed and the doctor told you that she has a cancer? What was it like for you as a mother?
It was numbing. It was one of those out of body experiences. It just, you hear the words, it doesn't process. They're just words. And I remember my mom had gone to the hospital with me while she was sitting at the emergency, and I walked out of that conference room when the physician told me that it was a tumor. I remember just walking down the hallway back to Maddie's room where my mom was with her, and my mom asked me, so what do they say? And all the words that came out of my mouth was, they said that she has cancer. And I think even for my mom now, as a mom, and then her as a grandma, was the same feeling. I think she didn't have tears. It was a numbing feeling. And I think that I was the same way. I think the tears came later once maybe one word of that cancer started to process. But even then, it's something definitely that we wish nobody would ever have to hear or experience.
Okay, Ed.
Yes. So another thing that I want to ask, because Nixon, so how's now the relation between Maddie and Nixon as the younger brother?
So how do you play with Maddie and Nixon?
We play video games.
But do you like hanging out with him? Where does your brother sleep?
In my room.
In your room, even though
yeah, I got to, but now you have to sleep in the room.
That's right. Basically, you spend 24 hours a day with each other, right?
Yeah, but then we always have to sleep in night.
Yeah.
I'm still sleeping in my room.
Yeah. They literally, I don't know how they do it, but they just are together all the time.
Nixon always sleeps on the floor.
He does.
That's a good memory.
And yeah, besides normal bickering of siblings, I'm amazed that they haven't, kicked each other out of the house?
No. What if they kicked me out of the house?
Yeah, why?
Oh, I kicked them out of the house.
Yeah, don't kick them.
Or Nick, they kicked me out of the house. Or I kicked Daddy out of the house.
Oh, no.
Enzo, did you tell that to your dad?
No.
Just keep on going on different level.
Okay. Enzo, do you have questions for Maddie?
I do have a question for Maddie. Maddie, I know you are very young, but what do you want to be when you grow up?
Wow.
A superhero.
A superhero. Wow. What would your superpower be?
Flying.
Flying. To fly?
I'm gonna fly, and I'm gonna fly higher than Nixon.
You're gonna fly.
Nixon is always want to be Superman.
Wow.
Would be Superman. And he would be dressed like Superman.
Let's see if they have any more questions for you.
So if you suddenly had that power to become invisible, Maddie, and you're a superhero, what would you do? Would you what?
I walk where mommy won't see me.
You would walk next to me and I don't see you?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I'm gonna sneak up, and then you're gonna not see me, and then I'm gonna take them things.
You're gonna scare me.
Yeah.
How about us? What would you do to us? Maddie, what would you do to us?
What would you do if they can't see you? What would you do? Would you scare them too?
No, I'm gonna make a trap.
You're gonna trap.
I thought you're gonna tickle
Going to
us.
trap us.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Trap everybody.
She's a top
I
superhero.
can do whatever I want.
Yes.
Okay. It's 9:29 in the evening. Thank you so much, Vanessa and Maddie, for sharing your story with us. And now, Maddie, would you like to watch Ate Katrina and Kuya Enzo singing?
Yeah.
They're great singers.
Yes. This song is for you, dedicated.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
Okay.
Do you know the song A Whole New World?
Yes.
Can you sing it?
You can join and sing.
Can you
along.
sing some few lines?
Shy. Okay, we will play that
Okay.
song.
While you're thinking about the lyrics, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Enzo Bustamante and Katrina Manabat.
can show you the world, a shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes and take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Unbelievable sights, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky. A whole new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
100,000
Hold your breath, it
things to
gets
see.
better. I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far.
I can't go back to where
A
I
whole
used to
new
be.
world with new horizons to pursue. I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you. A whole new world. That's where we'll be.
That's where we'll be.
A thrilling chase
A wondrous place
for you and me.
There you go, Katrina Manabat and Lorenzo Enzo Bustamante. I'm very, very proud of our FACC Young Ambassadors. Ano, Emerich, hihirit ka?
That was a beautiful, beautiful. I told you about Katrina and Enzo.
Yes. So,
That's
Maddie,
it.
did you like the song? Did you like it? Oh,
They
yeah.
sound like the real characters.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Vanessa, would you like to see them on a concert?
What's that?
Would you like to see Enzo and Katrina on stage doing a concert?
Yeah, I'd like one in this room right now.
You
Like,
say?
is that a thing?
Maddie, do you have a
Private
special
concerts? I
request?
feel like,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's your request, Maddie?
What would you want them to sing if they came to our house and had a concert? Pick a good one.
Your favorite song?
What's your favorite Disney song?
Ow.
What are you gonna be for Halloween?
Elsa.
Elsa? Would you like them to sing a Frozen song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. They can-
Mm.
they can do-
Katrina,
Few
some few
lines.
lines before we let them
Few
go,
lines.
before she goes to bed.
Yes.
Katrina, do you mind? Oh, I put you on the spot.
Two lines, I guess.
Oh, one line.
One line.
One line.
So you said you liked Frozen. So okay, so you said one line. So I'm only
Yeah.
saying
Uh-huh.
3 words.
The second line is
Even
for
like
Enzo to sing.
Entire like
Yeah.
section of lyrics. That's, you know,
Okay. This is the only one that I know from Frozen 2. So into the unknown, something like that.
you like that song.
I guess I did too.
Sing it
Frozen.
for us.
She's gonna send you a recording.
Yes.
Yeah.
It will feel like it's a
Still
concert.
recording.
I'll take
Yeah.
a available? No.
Enzo's turn now. Kuya Enzo.
Okay, I'll sing a few lines.
Okay.
I haven't warmed up.
Oh, is this gonna be Frozen too? Is this gonna be Frozen also?
Frozen
Yes,
3.
it's from Frozen.
Oh yeah.
The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. That's it.
Yay! And thank you so much,
Thank
Vanessa
you,
and Maddie.
Thank you.
And looking
you.
forward to seeing you on October 23.
Oh, I'm so excited to see all of
Okay, have a nice evening.
Thank you so
Now-
Good
much.
night.
Thank you. Bye
Please
bye.
take care. Be healthy and safe.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Now we would like, thank you so much, Maddie and Mommy Vanessa. And hi to your sister, May Respecia.
Oh, I will say hi. They're so excited for the fashion show. Oh my goodness. And my mom will be there. She's super excited. She probably wants 50 more tickets to give away. But
Oh, we're sold out.
yeah, I heard it's
Oh,
sold
gosh.
out. That's
Unbelievable.
incredible.
No.
Sold out.
We're excited, aren't we?
Yeah.
You're gonna model?
Mm,
Yes. And Nixon too?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're excited.
Okay. See you on October 23. Okay. Now let's move on. Bye. Let's move on to our next guest. She wants to be called as Maria. Born and raised in the island of Guimaras in the Philippines, migrated to the States in 2008. She is a mommy to 4 boys, a student and founder of Smiles from Shan, graduated her associate's degree in criminal justice, focusing on computer forensics at Community College of Allegheny County. She is an incoming Pennsylvania State University student, pursued Bachelor's of Science in Cybersecurity. She is an active PTA PTO volunteer where she holds various positions in the past few years, such as room parent coordinator person for teachers, appreciation committee, and vice president. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Maria Socorro Rovers. Hi, Maria.
Hi. Thank you. Hello, United States. Magandang araw, Pilipinas, and maayong aga, mga Ilonggos.
Yes.
Thank you, Josie, and the rest of FACC for inviting us here. I know it's been like a year in the making.
Okay. Now, who's going to introduce Jan? Enzo. Okay.
That is me. So our second very, very, very special guest of the night is Sean Rovers, another cancer survivor. Sean is a 13-year-old boy who fought and beat brain cancer 2 times. He was born in Asian Hospital in Alabang, Muntinlupa, Philippines. Sean is the oldest of 4 brothers. He and his 2 brothers, Seth and Sam, were all born in the month of December. Before his diagnosis in 2017, Sean played piano, soccer, and was an active Cub Scout. On October 22, 2017, Sean was diagnosed with an extremely rare type of pediatric brain cancer. He was the first and only case to be reported in Western Pennsylvania. In 2018, he relapsed and fought brain cancer once again. Throughout his cancer journey, Sean uses Smiles to overcome his ordeal. Hence, a nonprofit organization, Smiles from Sean, was established in honor of his name. Sean's organization has been sending care packages to children with underlying medical conditions all over the United States, as well as donated hundreds of Smiley items to the Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh, creating Easter baskets for children with health issues and their siblings in the metro Pittsburgh area. His organization has raised over $10,000, benefiting the children and families receiving medical care from the Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh since 2019. Sean is currently in 8th grade. He is a member of an interactive club and handbell choir club in their school. Outside of school, Sean is a cadet at Civil Air Patrol, an active supporter of Make-A-Wish, where he is a Wish kid and has been participating in various Make-A-Wish events, a star kid for the Ride for Kids, a pediatric brain tumor foundation, an active supporter of Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh, and a part of 2021 Superheroes Believe in Miracles calendar. Sean likes to play video games. Sean likes to play piano and make art.
I think it's
in his
Enzo.
downtime. His motto: "Don't let your dreams and hopes go down." It's a pleasure to meet you, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Hi.
Okay. Who's going to ask the first question, Ed?
I'll ask. Well, Maria, I know it's been so long time. I did not give up. FACC did not give up to get Sean on the show because we believe his story as well will inspire more kids out there, and of course the mom out there who's gonna start the journey of taking care of their kids with cancer. So Maria, welcome to the show. My first question to you is, how can you do it? You have 4 active boys. how can you do this? Is super mom, okay? So
And you're still studying.
Yes.
Well, it all comes down to priority. You
And
know,
also being an Ilongga.
I always tell people, you know what? I don't know how I am doing it. Before Sean diagnosis, if you're gonna ask me all about this, I will laugh at you because I don't know if I can do it. But when you are put in a position when your only choice is to do it, you have no choice but to do it.
Mhm.
You will get through it.
Yeah. And look at Sean. He's very good looking. Sean, what's your height?
5'7.5".
Wow.
He's 5'7.5".
Mm-hmm. Emmerich?
It's like me. I'm 5'8.5".
Mm-hmm. I'm 4'10".
and a half.
Same.
Yeah, and a half.
No, Sean and Maria, thank you to you both for being with us tonight. Sean, question for you. You're 13 years old when you were diagnosed, correct? So how old are you now?
No, he was 9 when he was diagnosed.
You were 9, so now you're 13. There's a lot of teenagers out there that are suffering or going through what you're going through, but in a different level. I'm so happy that you survived two challenges already in your life. What would you say to them? I love your motto, number 1. So please, if you can walk them through what they're feeling right now, what would you tell them?
Are you there?
It will.
I'll
give you a little bit of because of what happened to the brain. It will take a little bit of time to process.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay. Now, is he ready?
Oh, what you gonna tell them?
Sean?
Take your time.
Don't let the pain take you down. Fight through it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very powerful message, Sean.
It is.
You encourage already a lot of the kids that you visit, the gifts that you're giving that make them smile and forget that they have cancer. That is already your mission of your organization that you founded. So we're so proud of you by doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, go ahead, Maria.
Maria, how about you as a mom, seeing your child having that diagnosis? What would you tell the parents right now who's having this first news in their doctor's offices?
Well, first and foremost, I know it's easier said than done. The first thing is don't panic. That's the first thing that I would say. And take things one day at a time. Don't think beyond, like you have this priority. During that diagnosis, the priority is to save life. Focus on that priority. Do not think about how we're going to pay for it. What am I going to do with this? Don't. Just focus on your child. All you see is that you want your child to live. Do not worry about anything else. Once that things get taken care of, then you can start the second one. Don't jump on the third one without getting to the second one yet. That's how we get through it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now
Very
let's
good.
go to our FACC Young Ambassadors. Katrina, do you have a question for Maria and her son, Sean?
So the same thing that I asked Ms. Vanessa and Maddie, how were the healthcare workers? How was your experience in the hospital? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, thankfully, all I can say is everything has been fantastic. We have a very, very great team. It's like it's not just like you're a patient, they're a doctor. It's not that. It's kind of like everybody is a team. Our doctor would always tell us, you know your child better than you. So we kind of like helping each other, and they were all very, very amazing. The ICU nurses, they hardly sit down.
Mm-hmm.
As an incoming nursing student, I watched Sean's nurse work 16 hours straight, hardly ever sit down in the ICU.
Wow.
Sometimes if somebody calls off, they would do double shift. I was just like, I was emotional over there, but they keep it all light, like they still have a smile on their face. And then with the cancer nurses, the most depressing floors in the hospital that I've been to are cancer floor and ICU floor. Radiation room is the most depressing place you can find. Yet they make it all lively. They make it all right in there. They don't make you feel your child has cancer. They make it, we were very grateful because they make it very homey for us over there in the hospital.
That's really
good.
So it really, really helps a lot with the patient.
Okay. Now let's go to Enzo. Enzo, you have a question?
I do have a question. I have a question for Sean, actually. Sean, you have been through challenges, battles that the vast majority of kids your age haven't experienced and will never experience in their lifetime. You're 4 years younger than me and have been through so much more than I will probably ever go through. How has cancer changed your perspective on how you live your life?
Okay, takes a while for him to process.
How did it change? What was it before cancer? You just live free.
Yeah.
After cancer, you have restrictions. He couldn't play sports anymore. So before cancer, you're just free to go run and everything. And mommy wouldn't tell him no, or mommy wouldn't be worried that, hey, you're gonna hit your head. Hey, don't do this. Hey, you cannot do that. After cancer, everything is like, I'm sorry, bud. We can't do that no more.
So when you found out that he was diagnosed with cancer, what was it like for you?
It was actually, because the first diagnosis isn't as harsh. It was actually my youngest second month at that time. So we have, how Filipinos celebrate the monthly celebration when the kid was born. So we have a little party in the house. Then it's only him and his dad went to the hospital for the MRI. Before he left, he told me he was scared. I'm like, it's just fine. Then after the guest left later at night, my husband came home and I was just like, where is Sean? It took my husband few minutes to broke the news. But at that time, I know somebody with a brain tumor. And it was that person immediately that I called. I'm like, Sean was just diagnosed with brain tumor. So she kept me calm. She goes, just continue unpacking, head to the hospital. I will be there in the morning. So that was it. And for me at the time, I'm like, the first diagnosis was meningioma. Well, for me, I was just like, okay, meningioma is benign. I know somebody that survived. Once we talked to the doctor was pretty confident. I was just like, okay, let's get it done. You know, that mother where you were so confident because you just want your son to, you know, get it over with so that we can focus on recovery. So that's what I feel. It's like nothing really had sink in. And then, so I was just like calm. Then I also have Shane. I have a baby. So he also occupied half of my mind and half on Sean. So everything, I couldn't just focus on the diagnosis. It was the things only slowly folding up when 10 days after after Sean had his first surgery. That's when they brought in different sets of doctors. Here I had a discharge paper at that time. I told the doctor, hey, we're ready to head out. I have all the paperwork and everything. And all of a sudden there was a silence in the room. He goes, I'm sorry, it's not initially what we thought about. And I couldn't even pronounce the entire medical term. It's like, they really, really took it light because maybe at that time, my husband just lost his job. So everything, they're taking it light on us. They were taking care of us in the hospital and everything because my husband just lost his job. We have a kid fighting for his life. So I guess they didn't want to break really a harsh news to us. And the doctor was like, okay, this is a very first case. We really don't know anything about this. We never had this case before, but this is a type of sarcoma. So I don't understand what is sarcoma at that time because I never heard it. All I heard is the word cancer in general before. So I came home. That's when I started searching in Google, what is sarcoma? But in my mind, I'm like, this can't be. So I stopped searching in Google. I don't want to search the word sarcoma anymore. I go to the medical term and we couldn't find anything. So, but we keep digging and we find nothing. But it still never sink in because he recovered and everything. He looks good. I keep telling the oncologist, because he looks good, he's recovering well, and he's doing okay. And here he is, the next round of MRI, we got hit with another, I'm sorry. It came back and we still don't have much on hand. So, but the oncologist said, don't worry, we will get to the bottom of all of this. And that's when I see them, everything just scrambling, like rushing all, it's pretty neat. Seeing your doctors working, get everything all together, like, it's like the clock is really ticking fast. So, but even then, the word cancer still hasn't sink in. I didn't know at the time that is the phase of denial. Like,
as a parent.
Yeah, it's like, it still hasn't sink into me. It's like, it's not cancer. I keep telling that to myself, it's not cancer. So, but we just keep moving on. The second surgery, the rounds of treatments, but to myself, I'm like, this is not cancer. So I think it took me almost 2 years to finally accept it that my child had cancer.
Wow. Okay, now Ed, we have 5 minutes left on our radio show. and I would love to interview you again for my other radio show, okay, Maria? And we would love to have you again on this radio show. Now, Ed, do you have question?
Yeah. So Sean, I know on October you're also gonna be participating as one of the models, and I know that is a very special, day as well, because we know that's gonna be close to your celebration or your birthday. So what would you like to say to the people who will be attending in our upcoming event for that October 23rd? So
Keep on smiling.
there
Oh,
you go.
nice. And Sean, your mom has been doing a lot of things for you and your brothers and your daddy. What would you like to tell your mom right now?
Thank you for what you're doing.
Stop yelling at you.
Okay. Now, we still have 4 minutes. Enzo, do you have follow-up question?
Sean, and to the mother as well, if there is anything you would like to tell current patients, kids, adults, and anyone in between who are struggling with cancer or any type of chronic illness, what would you like to say to them?
It doesn't matter who pushes you down, as long as you get back up on your feet.
Wow, I love that. Okay. How about you, Katrina? Last question from your end.
Let's see. So for the both of you, really, what are a few things that you learned about yourself through this battle and even after you won the fight?
Well, you can actually do whatever you can actually do what you have. Hold on. You can do whatever you want, whatever your mind sets into. Just focus on your goal, have a determination, work hard on it, and don't ever give up.
And lastly, keep smiling. Smiles from Sean.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for this very inspiring discussion. Emerich, lastly na
Oh
lang,
my
we
gosh.
have 1 minute left.
Yes, no, I just wanted to thank you both for being with us. And I thank you for sharing your story. And you're from Pittsburgh and I work for a company that belongs to Pittsburgh. So that's all I gotta say.
See you next month.
Yes, thank you so much, Socorro and Sean. And I'm going to call you one of these days for another interview. Now, Enzo, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, my idol.
Thank you so much for having me on this program. It is a blessing and an honor to be part of this wonderful organization.
Yeah, and we would love to have you again
Yeah.
as co-host and as an
Absolutely.
artist and as a young ambassador.
Anytime.
All over.
And your daddy is behind you, right? Okay, and Katrina, thank you, my dear, for being with us tonight. I know you're very busy with your studies there.
Oh yeah, it's no problem. Don't worry. I got some work done today before the show so that I could be here. Just thank you so much, FACC. Thank you, Tita Josie, Tito Ed, Kuya Emerich, and of course, Tita Maggie, and anyone behind the scenes. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here. Thank you for spreading people's stories and sharing these inspiring people's stories for everyone to hear. It's really nice to learn about all these things and know that there is hope. So thank you.
Thank you. Best regards to your mom, Roxanne, and Daddy Joseph. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone,
guys.
and Ed.
Thank you. Thank
Have a
you.
good weekend.
See you on
Thank you,
October
everyone. Have a good
23.
weekend.
Yes. Have a nice weekend, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.